Well, ladies and gentlemen, I literally just pressed premiere on Good News when all of a sudden this extra bit of news comes across my desk. So I thought, you know what? There ain't no rest for the wicked and money don't grow on trees. So I'm making a second video. Unfortunately, it's anything but good news. Following the story of Diamond Select going out of business. We've covered this quite a lot on this channel, and unfortunately the human cost that comes with companies closing and people losing their jobs. Secondary to that, though, understandably, for all of us as toy collectors, our next concern and question was, are they going to be fulfilling any of the pre-orders that people were looking forward to with figures that had been revealed, in some cases, a long time ago, especially Annihilus? Well, long story short, no, it doesn't look like they will. We were hoping against hope that that might have been the case, but they just put out a statement today telling retailers that held pre-orders with them they will not be fulfilled. Let me quote you the actual statement here. This is from marvelousnews.com, always a great source for Marvel-related news. So, please be advised, the statement says. It's only a very brief one. Please be advised that due to Diamond Select Toys closure, outstanding orders of any Diamond Select product not yet received by Diamond will not be fulfilled. Lame. We were all hoping that this wouldn't be the case because, hey, we like action figures, especially Annihilus, who hasn't had a figure since, well, 20 years ago. We got Annihilus as a builder figure. I think that was the first one that Hasbro did when they took over the Toy Biz line. And he's actually pretty decent. Still holds up quite well, but man, it would have been lovely to have a modern one because that was one thing. I can make this a little bit of a eulogy for Diamond Select Toys here. What they did really well was making big, bad characters that scaled beautifully next to the smaller Marvel Legends. So a character like Annihilus, he would have been great because he is a big, mean, bad monster. Other ones were very much depending on what sort of style you liked. I was never a fan of Diamond Select's human characters. I prefer the good Lord scale of 1/12. 7 inches didn't do it so much for me, and they were more limited with their articulation, but I know they had a lot of fans. And for me personally, characters like their Juggernaut or, of course, Mephisto, they were second to none. I mean, Juggernaut less so when it comes to articulation. But the Select Mephisto is actually still the only version of that character that we've ever had out there. And I can't help but think that the price for that might be going up once again. It's very surprising to me that Select didn't re-release more of their figures when they had the opportunity to. If they were that hard up for money, it would have made sense. They were sitting on the molds of a lot of figures that people would have bent over backwards to have the chance to purchase again, specifically Mephisto and Immortal Hulk as well. That's another one that honestly puts the Maximum Hulk to shame. It really does. I've got the Immortal Hulk. I've got him right behind me on the shelf, and he's beautiful. I tell you what, I'll show him to you. Here we go. Come on, fella. Look at this. This, as DC Snyderverse fans are saying, look at what they've taken from us. This thing was absolutely gorgeous, huge. Some people might argue too huge. I'll take the shirt off because that actually is Marvel Legends. But this guy, absolutely phenomenal. Diamond Select, you made a diamond with this one. He's so big, he's knocking my microphone over. Similarly, with Juggernaut and other large-scale characters, that was their absolute wheelhouse. So it's a real shame for anyone who was hoping against hope that they would get those orders fulfilled. And I'm very sorry for anyone in Diamond Select or their further reaching companies that won't be able to, well, continue working for this particular company. Hopefully they can find more work in the industry. Just to read the rest of the article from Marvelous News here, it says, I am told this message started going out to retailers late yesterday, Friday, which means going into the weekend, retailers were not able to get any further clarification about what items have been received and what hasn't been received. As I mentioned before, from the retailers I've talked to, none of them seem encouraged any orders that haven't already come into stock will likely see the light of day. If we get any further updates on this, I'll be sure to let you know. And then you know that this goober over here will also be sure to let you know should I hear anything else. But nope, it seems like you can put them to bed. So Annihilus, War Machine, Hobgoblin, and Archangel, we hardly knew ye. And I remember reporting on Annihilus back at like San Diego Comic-Con 2022, I think. That's how long we were waiting for him. But hey, Marvel Legends, Fantastic Four is hot once again. We're just about to get the MCU movie come out in about a week and a half, and I'm so looking forward to that. Actually, just a week. Not even that. And that movie's going to be phenomenal. And people are saying it won't be. And I'm looking forward to having them eat some humble pie. So Marvel Legends, come on. Give us a brand new Annihilus. You know you want to. While you're at it, maybe fill the gaps with those other figures that we're missing as well. But bottom line for this story, best wishes to everyone who was working at Diamond Select that need to now go and find other jobs in other places. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, most of you already have done. And also, a big thank you to Diamond Select for giving us some absolutely fantastic banger action figures. They weren't all winners for me, but that's okay, because different people are allowed to like different things. So guys, what do you think about this story? What do you think about Diamond Select? Are you going to miss the space that they provided in the toy industry? Or are you actually more focused on other companies, other collections, and you're not going to notice this? For me, it's going to be a bit of a shame. Wasn't a big fan, but dang it, they did make some nice products. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.